Okay, she's 13, and she's sleeping. She's on her summer schedule. So I thought what I'd do is do mine and then do hers, and we'll still come out to the same amount of time. That's for sure. Okay. So anyway, some time ago, before Lois's party last year, I wrote a poem for her that I never finished. It's still in its draft form. It's just a little seed pod. But I thought since she was here, you know, I just risk it. It's just using my imagination. And I hope she doesn't get mad at me and slap me around. Okay. I don't, she might not be able to reach higher than here. So just a little seed pod, I call it the nonagerian's rain dance. But maybe I have it wrong. Maybe it's the centenarians, like centuries. We're in the 21st. Right now I call it the nonagerian's rain dance. The nonagerian wakes to darkness, not a problem, nothing new. Just the absurdity of being conscious longer in old age when less can be done. She is assiduously without cat, and the fish can wait. Logic would say a nonagerian had only one direction in which to go, and might want to go, badly already. Like a bird, unhappy with the south, never south enough. Rising is arduous, involving twists to the left, the right. It takes the fetal and also the fetal face down, as though praying for something more profound than leaving a bed. It takes waggling of toes, feet, legs, swaying of hips, shoulders, arms, moving head side to side to unstiff a neck huddled under the covers to stave off dawn's chill syllables. Okay, wait a minute, that's me. Whatever. Leaving is nearly primordial, a microcosmic farewell to some long-loved sea in favor of land. The day is gray and chilly, can't seem to clear its throat of cloud. The mountains have disappeared, allowing no philosophy. So she settles in to write, squinting into a screen, lassoing microchips into words, and words into sentences, and so forth, then setting it all aside, like another would knitting. By 2 p.m. it's raining, at first tentatively, then in downpour, pelting the deck roof. There's no lightning, no histrionic of sound. But by 5 p.m. it still rains, and again at 8:30 and 11. At midnight, as though the sky dictates an ending, like a fairy godmother from some magical kid's tale, the rain gives up its gurgling ghost. The next morning, there is the new smell of after rain. And by the new smell, she remembers, is transported from a relentlessly yellow living room and catless porch to a time of many cats, a dog or two, past lives of children, of men. Her thoughts crawl from dry sheets and age to the mattress of youth. She had forgotten, or not so much as forgotten, but seemed to have been adopted by another planet or dimension. She rebirths in Journey of the Old New. Nearly a century old, she is fearless. She knows that on any rain rides thunder, and that in the distended belly of winter sleeps spring. So that's This is Candelabra. And so at night we wrap up and fold our small and grand philosophies, our wrinkled overdue envelopes with charitable destinations, our sweet poems and other missives to an estranged or disavowed mother, the letter of apology to a former friend, fold from the book about the lost woman, the lost dog, the anorexic who needs to disappear, which will create in us greater empathy, maybe inspire a little bolt of cash for some holiday rescue of some sort somewhere. Into the pillow we go gracefully with light, with our night makeup intact, turning in darkness like some traumatized dog, straining only to the right or only to the left from the insupportable knowledge of our naked, cratered selves. I'm going to do this one for Joe back here. I did remember him. Abby Murray has her Business of Art series, Colorado Springs Writers Reading Series. And I did this one there, and he liked it, so I was going to do it for him. And then one more. Okay, this is also just a draft. It's a true story. It doesn't have a title. Maybe Joe can title this for me. Don't kill the elms, I admonished. But that was later, after the many ways people just leave you. A friend, a child, a lover. Think, does even the world want us with its parasites and plagues? Our bodies ever vigilant, our minds not always autonomic, but that's everyone and why we want one another. I told him upon returning, having been too convenient, too high maintenance, not the elms. I had returned like that scene in Dogville, her, Grace, a flower among apples, escaping and then not, back. The authorities told us, trim your bushes. They're blocking the sidewalks, streets, corners. I never wanted a corner house with corner bicyclists, drivers, pedestrians, and cats ignorantly peddling their deaths. The elms are not weeds over 12 inches, the other stipulation. They are trees the natives call weeds for being ubiquitous. I hail from a mountain of nearly no tree, have always seen beauty others are blind to, or devastations undetected. Beautiful baby elms tall as a too-tall man, an uncorded blessing, unearned grace, camouflaging the black and rotting fence. They lie there now, broken, green miracles that had made it through fabric and stone. I saw her returning from walking the dog an alternate route. Was she prescient, the dog, who for the very first time tried to attack another, period? Did she sniff murder and need to protect me, period? Their thin bodies and branches splayed like modern dances pausing for effect. 20, perhaps. And this fourth thing was too much bitter fruit to bear under the furious black sun, showing shadow darker. And in this way, we note our blessings. For what is a better teacher than annihilation? Oh, but still we stumble on, always forgetting. One cannot alchemize love, cannot breathe light and green into downed leaves, cannot Heimlich wood, excuse me, green leaves comes after that, which are still singing, still like a human body, like both here and gone. I'll buy you trees, he said, knowing there's no money. The murder of innocence. I could not eat, read, find solace. I felt stabbed and hacked over and over. So, barefoot and scant-clad, I pad into the yard and into the empty plastic greenhouse, sit on its dirt floor and zip up the door. And then like that, encased in volatile organic sheeting like a womb, a square room, the body weeping and sweating, there is no want and no thirst. Only the puckering of plastic, in, out, seen but not felt, a little kissing wind in the innermost side, of the inner side, of the outermost side, of the other side. Excuse me, I'm going to do that again. The body weeping and sweating. There is no want, no thirst, only the puckering of plastic, in, out, seen but not felt, a little kissing wind in the innermost side, of the inner side, of the other side of spring. And this is a free write, and then I'm going to do my daughter's poems, which are very short. I'll run right through them. So why don't we not do any of this, and I'll just run right through. Okay, so this was a free write. I'm doing this for Loring because he likes it. If you've ever done a free write, that you sit down and just let it come to you. So I did this for about 2 hours one day, and this is just a piece that I patched together from the things I didn't throw away. The giant elm begins to go in its yearly semi-suicide in ways it didn't choose, as with us and unlike us. There's no hotline for trees and they've no fingers, so what's anyone to do with such desperation but say, please try the timberline? There are always catacombs snaking to gods that don't exist, as each day is but a tamed chaos, or chaos as it were or not. There are matters none so pressing as words that must be given voice in this laryngitic world, dumb and deaf with the architecture of the confounded collective mind, rife with rubies and runes, yet empty, really, as lobster carapace. Is there something more beautiful than the wasting that is autumn with its slipping green, yellow, red, and finally brown, heralding that horror of all colors, winter white? The skin has a body of its own, and I am a whore for endorphins. As for physics, that damned fumble of perfection. It is impossible even to plan for this, to get caught in that or that on this. We seem never to get the benefit of the doubt. The can in the cabinet, 2/3 on the shelf, crashes anyway. So we curse physics for its seeming vagaries, but never wonder in the dawn why the sky is still up and the pavement is not tacked to the roof. What leaves us vacant is not vacancy itself, which is a presence if you can write or think about it, but the absence of vacancy, the fullness of a string of pearls looping around the mind, gleaming and greasy from a pre-worn neck. And we arch over cliffs of the mind to something greener never there. If you have been cold, frigidly cold, you know how this shuts down all questions. We pinch our souls into our bodies. No, the other way around, and make them fit, but rarely do they. As with the man on the street corner, in baggy pants, an old black trench coat, as though he were walking to a funeral, which crossing 6 lanes can be. And I thought of this mess of man. Why do women want? His shoes point outward, after all. What is he, a clown? And we women, so beautiful, and the driver in front didn't let him pass, but I did, and he turned and waved, a beatific smile, his eyes semi-Asian and bushy-browed, a sculpted, poignant face, the face of faces you don't run over. And he ran, a black steed, across the street. And had he been hitching, I'd have picked him up and never let a blacksmith or tailor touch him. Collage of yellow bush against brown branches and green leaves, and just beyond the red, something dying faster than my own. And beyond that, the blue mountains sitting like Buddhas amidst choirs of clouds. Beneath the body's difficult genesis is an ease. Two bodies that want to make something other than omelets or art or even love. They want to dream big as Ganymede, impossible as dark matter, but something recognizable with hair, eyes, skin, and teeth to incarnate their slipping lives. There is nothing but want. The world is parasitic, feeding constantly on itself. And roll up fetal and dream of sprouting and be transplanted to somewhere else. Someone wanted me to flourish perennial in whatever colors they claim to see. I'm sorry, those two didn't go together. That's the end of that. I'm going to move on to my daughter's poems. These were all written when she was age 7 to 10. I don't have any of the more current ones. So this is poetry by, because you wanted some kids stuff included in here. Do you want kids stuff included in here?
Sure. Yes. How many more readers do we have?
We have, okay, because these all put together would take about 1.5 minutes. It's up to you. You sure? Okay. We have 4.
Plus the people who haven't signed up.
And anybody who hasn't signed up.
Because there's some other people who came in and they haven't signed up yet.
Okay.
Do you want that or not?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the clock. I'm not good at numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
All right. I'll run through these just so we can say we had some of the children's poetry, even though she's sleeping. She's just now getting up. Poetry by Amadea Katz. Many lives. Her cold breath touched my neck. Chills ran down my back, legs, toes. With every word came another breath, blinding any feeling I had left. The blurred sentences made no sense. They seemed to go through one ear and out the other in a slow, drafty rhythm. But it was her figure that distracted me, the twists and turns of her arms and legs, for this was not the first life she had welcomed herself to. This is Freedom Fighter. Though I thought not a soul cared, I sat only to find that so many had wrapped me in robes of unlimited love, in which I stood and many stood before me through worship. And then I said, enough to them all, wanting freedom to spread and save the thought of desperation. Sound of Music is one of my favorites. My fingers were tight in my ears, though it failed to keep the ringing out. The woman picked up the bow and began to play back and forth. My eyes swelled and saltwater tears ran from my eyes when my mother sat at the piano with my violin in her hands. Okay, and this is, okay, this will be the last one. Otherwise, in the position of the opposite point of view, none can pursue their own lives. Only to be vivid can one keep sanity. Otherwise, we'd be but robots. never to argue or agree on anything the mind wants and the heart can't have.